Yo, greetings, family. Hope everybody's doing exceedingly well. Welcome to the show. Fear God, respect death, love life. You know, that's like a trinity. Fear of God, whatever God may mean to you. Respect death, whatever death may mean to you. And love life, whatever life may mean to you. God can mean a lot of different things between the creator, you, yourself, and other things. Death can mean when it comes to mortality or sacrifice or like ending a relationship or ending something ending. You see what I'm saying? And life is like birth or like a new job or a new opportunity, new friendship. You see what I'm saying? So these words, one word can have a lot of different meanings, but they all go hand in hand. Fear. We're driven off our fears. We're driven off our fears. We're notarized for our respect, but our love for things and the love that's had for us is something that's that's a high level concept. Love is a very high level concept. I wouldn't even try to simplistically put love. Love is confusion. In the midst of love is a lot of confusion. It's a lot to break down with that, but I'm gonna give myself time to set up, let people join in. Let me put the link in the chat. Thanks everybody for joining and to replay all that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing exceedingly well. I'm doing great. I could be doing a lot better, but I'm doing a lot better than what's going on. So if you ever going through a situation or in the past, now, the present, or the future, the best thing to do is navigate through it as best possible you can. Don't give up. Once you give up, you may give up temporarily. Nobody gives up forever or permanently. Because if you give up temporarily, you're gonna build up the time that you need to prepare to do things. And then when you ungive up and then you start trying again, you get those tasks and the current tasks a part of that. So don't give up. Just don't give up. I'm gonna play number six right quick. And I ain't gonna play too much music. I know some of y'all be hating on that shit, but we'll play number six right quick and come back with some more positive, good feeling messages and shit. And, appreciate y'all. fear of God. Fear of God. So those two words are very important. Whether you into religion, spirituality, that doesn't matter. The concept of God, those three letters in that little word, it's not fitting. It's not fitting at all. That's and the explanation you get for that is just way fucking off. Even when you get into the conscious, the deep research, it's still way the fuck off. You only get a minute understanding of what that really encompasses. Is it you? Is it a divine spark? Is it a supreme ethereal being? It's all that and way more than that shit. Like what we know is 0.001% of what God actually is. And I don't mean this in a religious or a spiritual sense, but the fear of that. Now, let me tell you, most people have a fear of the unknown. And if you just listen to me in my concept explaining what God is, we barely know God. So naturally, you should have a fear of the unknown, the foreign. Honestly, if a person said God is an alien, that would be true. And I don't mean in the sense of like a gray alien or some UFO shit. I mean something that's foreign. Alien means something foreign. I'm not talking about a alien life form, but actually a foreign life form. You know, trying to break down and explain some of this shit, it ain't easy. And it wasn't meant to be. But I don't mind. I'm a troubleshooter. I know how to navigate through bullshit. And I don't mind taking up the gun and the mantle and taking the sword and going right through that bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. But that's a hell of a concept. Fear and God. Fear God. Do you fear God? Do you fear yourself? I fear myself. I definitely do. I know I'm capable of making mistakes, and I fear making mistakes. You got to be humble with yourself. You got to be honest and real with yourself. Nobody ain't going to do that shit for you. You're going to sit back and laugh at your motherfucking ass. I had to break out to the evil laughter. You got to sit there. You got to do shit. Like I said, people will sit there and laugh at your motherfucking ass. Do you fear God? Are you humbling yourself? You should. It's a basic concept. I mean, when we use these words and spell things, it's a language. It's magic. It's so much. There's so many things going on, like all at once. So, but you definitely should fear God. Definitely. More music. All right. Number two, respect death. Those two words, very powerful. Respect, many faceted word. Your sphere of influence, your self esteem, your confidence, your ego, your aura, all that has a respect. You have a retrospective. You have a perspective, but respect is a many faceted thing. But that word death. When people think of death, they usually think of something dying. But death usually means an ending, the arrival for a new beginning. Death is like silence. Silence is golden. Life couldn't exist without death, and death couldn't exist without life. For how could something live and not die? And how could something die if it has not living? It's not easy trying to explain some of that shit. And for the simple mind, that might sound like some bullshit. But there's an esoteric, there's a underline and an overline and a hidden in the middle of it, in the midst of that. Think about it. Like light can't exist without darkness, and darkness couldn't exist without light. How could they? These things are important. It's the cosmic balances. We put simple words on these constructs, these measurements of things that are actually in existence, or what you would call this matrix or civilization or this reality or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But that shit is true. How could death exist without life? How could life exist without death? You couldn't get rid of one or the other. It's just something it is and always will be. Even to our concept of Genesis or the birth of humanity or everything, it came from, it came after a death or something. That's why there was life, or that's why there was light. Respect death. Love, life. Those two words, love, very important. Life, very important. Love couldn't exist without hate and a lot of other things. Envy, jealousy. It ain't just love and hate. Love don't just come with hate. It comes with envy, jealousy, wrath, lust, all this other things. Love actually, love will actually carry people into wrath, envy, jealousy, these things. These words are simplistic um, symbol or marker for something that's way greater. We put a 4 letter, a 3 letter word on something because we know it's so complex, but we try to simplify so we may be able to understand, obtain that knowledge. But love is something very powerful. Love, life, life. Life in itself is existence. Everything has a life. The last time you was pissed off, it has a life to it. How long you let that live and let that die and let it have a death can affect you. Your thoughts, they live. Your actions, they live. Life is life is and let's go into hate. I hate not being able to explain this properly. Let me give you a disclaimer. Even though I know and anybody who listen, they know what I'm trying to explain, it is fucking hard as shit to actually say this shit in words and actually explain this shit. But life is something more than what we consider. When we think of life, we think of birth. But think about it: the birth of a new age, of a new order, or the birth of a new job, the birth of a new relationship, the birth of a new headache, the birth of a new trial. Like these things, they live. There's certain things we need to give death to. You don't have to kill it. You just gotta let it go. See, like a plant, you can water and give it sunlight, but you don't have to. You don't have to chop it down. What are you giving your water and your sunlight to? See, some of y'all looking to seek and destroy and cut down some shit or demolish some shit. And all you got to do is don't give it your water, don't give it your light. Love life. May peace be among you. Rise up from your slumber. Open up your third eye. Rise from the ash. Float above your depression. Bring yourself into remembrance. Honor your ancestors. Be you. Fulfill your purpose.